Hey guys, Dave here from Postgrad Casanova, and today I want to talk to you about one of the biggest keys when it comes to getting good with women. Alright? So the other day, I grabbed lunch with one of my best friends from when I was a kid. Right? Me and this kid were best friends for like 10 years, from the time I was like 5 to the time I was like 15. So he knew, everything about me when I was a kid. And when I was a kid, I was very, very shy. And he was kind of one of the more outgoing kids. He was kind of the class clown. He could kind of talk to anybody. And I was kind of like on the hinges of the popular crowd. Wasn't really popular. Could barely even talk to people. I just kind of like hung out with some cool kids. Right? So one of the things he noticed about me was like, hey man, like you used to be this really, really shy guy. You could barely talk to anybody. I remember you could never get a girl. And I haven't seen you in a few years. And now all of a sudden, you've gone to this complete other extreme where you're able to go talk to women kind of at will. You guys pay you to help them with women. Like you can talk to anybody. You're this really social guy. And you kind of have no fear when it comes to the social realm. Like how have you gone from one extreme to the other? Okay. I thought it was really interesting because a lot of the same guys in our crew who were more popular and who could get the girls back in school, now they're not so popular, and that same success with women hasn't transferred from school to the real world. It's not that they're bad guys, not that they're not cool or anything. I think there's a really interesting reason why that happened, and I'll get to that in a second. But so in terms of how I went from one extreme to the other and really became a lot more social, it really came down to this. Right? I started reading a few books, listening to a few CDs, and it became apparent to me that you could learn how to get good with women. It wasn't something you were born with. I mean, some guys seemed like they were born with it, but it was kind of like a skill, and you could learn how to do it. It wasn't like this magical, just like myth where like one day maybe I'll get rich and I'll get girls, or like I need some truth serum. It wasn't like that. It was like you could learn how to do it if you took the right action. And once I realized that, I was like, okay, like I'm gonna do this. Like how, for me it was like once I realized you could learn how to get good with women, it's like how could I not go learn how to do it? Right? Women are such a big part of your life. Now of course they should never be your number one mission, but to say that they don't have a big effect in your life and your success and who you date, who you marry doesn't have a huge effect in your life, that's just being stupid. So it's really an important part. Right? So I was like, I'm gonna learn how to do this. And so I put myself in the situations where I had to learn. I surrounded myself with guys who were better than me after college, and I started picking up things from them, and I started going out, taking action, talking to women, talking to people. And every time I messed up with a girl, I'd go and I would learn from my mistake. Think, oh, I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm not gonna tell a girl I'm a rapper whenever a hip hop song comes on, and try to humble brag, because that's fucking weird, right? So I would just learn how to do these things kind of step by step, to the point where I started to get pretty good, and I could kind of go out during the day or whatever at night, the bar club, or just with friends, and if I saw an attractive girl, I could go up, approach her, and usually have a pretty good interaction with her, and then a lot of times either get her number and go on a date with her that next week, or just bring her home that night. And it wasn't like this crazy magical thing I was doing. It was just kind of like stuff I had learned over time and kind of just applying it. Okay? And that's also a reason why a lot of the guys from high school are not having the same kind of success that they were when they were in high school, right? Because they were popular. They kind of had it kind of given to them in the sense that they had that social proof, which is so important when it comes to college and high school. And I didn't really have that social proof, so I didn't really have any crush to lean back on. So when it came time, for me to go past school, I had to learn these social dynamics. I had to learn how to do this, because I had never had real success beforehand. These guys did have success beforehand, so maybe they weren't as motivated, to go out and like learn how to actually manufacture conversations with women who you don't already know. Right? So that brings us to the biggest key when it comes to getting good with women. Right? So the biggest thing is just deciding that you're going to get good. It's making a conviction to yourself that like, okay, I know this is something I can learn how to do, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to take the right action. I'm going to put myself in the right situations by going, by doing like this kind of social activity, or going out to the bar and the club, or whatever it is. I'm going to approach so and so many women, and I'm going to learn from my mistakes. I'm going to deal with, maybe not the best interactions, but I'm going to learn from them, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get good at this. Because I realize that this is something I want to do in my life, and it's something that's really important. Once you decide that you're going to take the right action and really do the things that it takes to get good with women, that's the first step. Because after that, things will start to fall into place. You start to meet more people, you put yourself in different kinds of situations, and you really kind of see this whole different world expand and open to you that you never knew before. Right? And things like going up and talking to a girl at a bar will seem like nothing. After maybe, back when I was a kid, going up and talking, or, when I was in high school or college, going up and talking to a girl who I didn't know was like unheard of. Like, I couldn't even imagine doing that. I'd see a girl at the bar, they'd be like, oh, she's cute, but I'm going to go talk to her, at the end of the night. I'm going to have a couple drinks, I'm going to talk to her at the end of the night. And then I never would. Or I would like have so much invested in it, I'd go up and talk to her and she would just reject me, and I would be heartbroken. Right? But once I started taking action, that didn't happen anymore. So go out, decide that, okay, I'm going to do this, whatever it takes. I'm not going to take no for an answer. I'm going to get good with women. Make that decision, and your life will change. Like, your life will follow suit. It's followed suit for me. That one decision has led me to some amazing adventures. It's led me to entrepreneurship. It's led me to amazing business connections. It's led me to Vietnam, working abroad and traveling the world. And it's going to lead you to some crazy things too. Alright, so really make the decision this week. I'm going to take action. I'm going to do what it takes. And there is no other choice. I'm going to do this, and that's how it's going to be. Alright, so that's all for today. I want you guys to keep that in your mind, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Go check out postgradcasanova.com for more. And also check out my book, Vibe, How to Naturally Attract Women After College and Dominate Your 20s. The link is right in the description below. You guys are going to love it if you haven't checked it out yet. So definitely give that a look, and I'll talk to you guys soon.